What's going on, guys? It's Clements back on the mic, and today we're doing something slightly different. I'm going to be starting I guess you could call it podcast. I'm going to be calling it the ClementsCast. Kind of choose a name, but so I guess you call it a podcast. It's going to be either a weekly thing or maybe something, depending on how well it's received, kind of what my channel is going to be about in the future. I'm not sure what I'm doing, to be honest, but I don't know. I don't want to just stick to class setup videos all the time because it does get boring and there's only so much you can do really without repeating yourself. Because once I've done all the guns and I can only go to a certain point with that. So I'm going to be discussing things like real world problems, things that I'm interested in, just give my opinions on stuff. It's going to be a completely opinionated podcast. I'm going to keep it respectful. Hopefully everyone else can that's watching. Keep it respectful in the comments if you are going to leave one, to me and to everyone else. And also I'm going to be kind of talking about stuff that's in the gaming industry mainly. I'm going to still keep it Call of Duty related because that's what I've based my channel around from day one, and it's what I'm still very passionate about. I play Call of Duty pretty much every day, so I'll be talking about all sorts of different things, but yeah, we'll see what happens. So today what I'm going to be talking about is the fact that Warzone as of right now is fucking boring. It is so boring, and I find it boring. I find it boring because of a few reasons. The first thing would be the cheater problem, the hacker problem. There's hackers in every single lobby. I'm going to put a tweet on screen right now of Raven Software. Let me just find it on my phone. I have my phone here with me. Okay, so Raven Software. This was a couple of weeks ago, I think. We haven't heard anything. We hadn't at the time received any sort of update on an anti-cheat or anything that's going on to do with cheaters for about 3 months. They've kept themselves to themselves, not said a damn thing. And then they came out a couple of weeks ago. It says, has been a while since our last anti-cheat update. No fucking shit. 2 Warzone ban waves this week. Over 50,000 accounts banned combined. Target repeat offenders, but repeat offenders wouldn't be a thing if you guys invested in a solid anti-cheat. Okay, do these developers and do they not understand that this is a free-to-play game? Okay, these people that are banned are just going to make a new account. I don't understand how these people cannot get the skull around that whatsoever. It's ridiculous. And also these cheaters have around 30 accounts that just fluctuate between anyway. So I mean, they'll play on one account one day and then play on another account the next day. It's an ongoing problem that will not be solved. This is a temporary fix to a permanent problem. Okay, we need a permanent solution to a permanent problem. Because, like I've just said, they're going to keep making new accounts and come back in different forms, different gamer tags. And it's not even that difficult for them to get the stuff back anymore either, because there's cheats now that allow people to level themselves up to 1,000 and get all the camos unlocked, even store bundles can get for free, get all the attachments for guns. It's getting worse and worse, and these people are doing nothing, absolutely nothing to resolve the problem. So that's one reason why I'm finding Warzone more boring than ever, because every single game I'm having to double check kill cams, make sure I'm questioning every time I get killed. I'm questioning how they killed me. Was it cheats? Wasn't it cheats? You know what I mean? Every single lobby is filled with at least one hacker. Sometimes it's not blatantly obvious, sometimes it's just walls. I mean, there's console cheats now as well. And also there's a lot of people using Cronus Maxes or whatever they call them, Cronus attachment things that go on the back of your controller. You plug that in, boom, you've got anti-recoil mod, you've got auto tactical sprint, you've got auto slide cancel, and whilst they're not as bad as PC cheats like wall hacks, aimbot, whatever, a cheat is a cheat. Okay, if you have to use a Cronus on the back of your controller, you're just a dick, and you're obviously terrible at the game. I'll never understand how hackers find it fun to cheat in video games. I mean, they get a sense of thrill, they get a sense of excitement, and do they feel that they're winning when they're not? The only reason that they're winning is because of the cheats. There's no skill. There's no sense of achievement, surely, for these people that cheat. So, yeah, the cheaters in every lobby, that's one reason why I think it's boring. And these people are doing absolutely nothing about it. And another reason why, for me, is There is zero content being put into these seasons, and it's all drip fed to us throughout the season. So if you look at, looking back at season 2, do you guys remember season 2 when it were can't remember his name, that Japanese guy, Japanese operator, no idea what his name is, but throughout that season all we had was a handful of zombies touring around Verdansk. But I mean, they didn't even stay, they just went from location to location. It was so boring, and that's all we had. I think that it went on for about 6 weeks. Every week or two they went to a different location. It started off at Shipwreck, which was exciting at first because, okay, this could turn out to be really, really cool. They could have done so much more with the whole zombies thing. They could have actually spread the plague or the outbreak where zombies would go from Shipwreck to prison. I think they went to prison next, but instead of just having a handful go to different locations, they could have just it could have spread. They could have put zombies at Shipwreck and prison, and that would have been a hell of a lot more exciting. Maybe a few zombies out in the streets, maybe spreading it towards Superstore. They could have done so much more. They could have even made it dark. They do nothing with the what's it called now? Scatterbrain forecast. They do nothing with the forecast. It would be so much cooler and more refreshing. I mean, we're playing on the same map as we did a year ago, just slightly revamped, a few new locations, a few new changes, the colour palettes changed, that's about it. They could have done a lot more with the forecast. We could have night and day, we could have a weather cycle, we could have a day and night cycle inside of Warzone where I don't know, it could just be daytime and then it could rain and stuff, and you could like put night goggles in loot boxes and stuff to make it easier to see people. There's so much more that I will do personally with this game that these developers just don't seem to be, they're wasting the time with bundles in the store more than anything else. That's what they're focusing on because people will buy them, myself included. I'm stupid enough to buy bundles. It is quite hypocritical of me to say, but whilst they're making money off of these bundles, then they will never have the incentive, that's not even the word, to put effort outside of them bundles into the actual game. They are wasting their time making skins rather than making content throughout the season. We get a little bit of content from day one, and then at mid-season we get a little bit of content, we get a few new operators. That's all we get, and they're locked behind a paywall as well. 16 Great British pounds it costs for a bundle with these new operators that come out in the mid-season. What else is there? They give us two new guns. Sometimes they give us a gun in the mid-season update, and then 3 weeks later, just before the next season, they give us another gun. And one of them weapons is usually a melee weapon. Like, it's fucking useless, absolutely pointless addition to the game. And yes, I just feel like there's not enough content for me to play anymore, because for people that if you enjoyed the game, I'm happy for you, okay, that's good. I was once able to enjoy this game, but I mean, for people like me that have no fucking life and sit there playing, we enjoy COD enough to play every day. The battle pass, which we get every season, we're going to complete within the first few weeks, month. And then what? Then what do we have to do? Levels mean nothing in the game anymore because it's just reset every season anyway. And now we've got prestiges, which does kind of show off how often you play the game and what you've worked towards, which prestige you've gotten. But it's still pointless. It's absolutely pointless. Leveling system is pointless. Everything is pointless in the game. Once you've completed the battle pass, that's it. That is absolutely it. I think there's a season level, you get like 150 or 200, and then you get like a cool blueprint next season. But it's usually shit anyway. I mean, they've always got bad attachments on, and then if you change any of the attachments, you lose like 70% of the variant of how it looks. It's just boring. They need to do a lot more with this game, in my opinion. Recently I've just been playing zombies. You can see in the gameplay right now I'm just playing zombies on Cold War, but I'll tell you what, guys, mean, Cold War is garbage, absolutely garbage. The skill-based matchmaking ruins it for one. It's the tightest it's ever been in Cold War. It's tighter than Susan Boyle's pussy. It's so tight. It's so stupid. I'm playing with Cold War sweats, drop shotting, jump shotting rats every game, like I'm playing for £10,000 CDL tournament. Like, these people that I play with need to be reminded that their life is not on the line. Okay, they need to relax and just play the game normally. People will say, "Oh, get good." I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm not brilliant at the game, but I just want to have fun whilst playing a video game. I don't want to have to sweat my tits off just to have a fun experience or to have a sense of achievement. And then, yeah. So Cold War is boring. It's terrible. Worst COD ever. 6v6 is pretty much dead. Warzone's the backbone of COD now. So yeah, and then I'm playing zombies because it's the closest I can get to having fun at the moment. They've added a new map recently, Mauder Toten or whatever it's called. It's actually quite good. The wonder weapon in that map is really cool. Campaign for Cold War is brilliant, but once you've played it once, then obviously I mean, what can you do? So yeah, things are just really stale for Call of Duty at the minute, and I think that I'll put a tweet on right now. I'll get it off my phone again. I'll put a tweet on screen right now. This was yesterday. So Modern Warzone tweeted, a hashtag Warzone update just went live, no idea what it was for, what it changed, and WhoBody55 replied, game is stale as fuck at the moment, in which I replied, it's been stale for 90% of its entire life cycle, which I still stand by. It has. They'll give us a few little things there and you might think, oh, that's exciting, and then within the first week, that's it. Like when they gave us this new map, it felt somewhat fresh. I mean, there was only a few new locations. It's still the same map. We need a new map for Vanguard or whatever. Whenever the next one comes out, we need a new map. And yeah, so I just think that things are stale. They really need to push out more content and give us more of an incentive to play, at least for me. So yeah, for me right now, Warzone is just not a fun experience in the slightest. So I'm stuck playing zombies for a bit until they bring out something that will interest me. Probably next season, season 5. But then again, it'll just be the same thing. Battle Pass, cool. Complete the Battle Pass in the first month, and then what? Pay £16 for a bundle just to feel like I've gotten some content to play with. These bundles at the point in the store are so overpriced. I mean, 16 Great British Pounds, I think that's $20. $20 for a skin, for an operator or a skin, and a few couple, you might get a gun or a finisher move, which is cool, but it's not $20 cool. I mean, and these variants, like I've said, you change a couple of attachments on them, that's it. It looks like a normal gun, except a few little shiny parts. It's you can't justify $20 just for these little bundles. There should be no more than $10, £10. It's absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, anyway guys, I'm going to leave it here. So Activision are a greedy set of bastards. That's what we need to take from this. And they whilst they're making money off these overpriced bundles, they have no reason to listen to the community or add anything to the game that they need to, such as anti-cheat, more content, etc. So yeah, I'm going to leave it here. We've been rambling on for 13 minutes. I feel like that's a reasonable time frame for the first episode of ClementsCast, I'm going to call it. So if you guys have enjoyed today's discussion, let me know in the comments what you guys think. Keep it respectful. Just let me know what you think. I'll be sure to read it and reply. You may even be featured in another episode. We'll see what happens. I might not even do this again. It depends how this is received by you guys, the viewers. That's all that really matters. But if it gets enough attention, if you subscribe, agree with what I'm saying, then yeah, I'll be sure to do more. This might even be the future of the channel, depending. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Leave a like if you have enjoyed or want to see this content in the future. Click the big red shiny button, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next episode or the next video, depending on what that is. So peace out and goodbye.